little light of mine, it's like my peace of mind. Even when I'm in the dark, still gotta let me shine, let me fly. My mind's got wings on it, got a blue, got a brown, got a pink on it. My neck girl's got a sick wallet. I splash cash and I drink solid. Woo! I don't wanna act bad, don't wanna see a pat flash. I just wanna black out without.
Okay guys, I'm just gonna crack on, put my plan into action. I'm still not sure if I'm going to end up having to take the spur out as well. But for now, I've just been back and watched some of the videos when I first built it on 3S with the orange can. It was going pretty well actually, it was going very well, and I was just trying to push the limits. So I'm hoping that the silver can, sorry, the orange can cope with a little bit of extra gearing on the spur, quite a bit to be fair, but I'm just hoping it can cope with it, and that'll sort of put me at the point where I don't need to do anything else. Like I said before, I haven't got a lot of history with these blue can motors. I don't know, and also going up to the higher kV. I'm not sure if I actually need to go to the higher kV. So, like I said before, I would have just upped the pinion, and that would have been the first thing I did. But that means taking the whole spur back out again. So I'm going to take one jump further and up the spur and leave the pinion standard. Start to get overheated then I really don't, I know where I'm at then. I'm just going to have to run it with a standard spur gear, which I'm not sure. I think they call that a high speed spur gear, so maybe the amount of drifting I'm doing and messing about with it, and maybe just too much for it. But we'll see. Just going to crack on. Now, I've done this a few times, so I'm getting better at it. It's just, it really is a pain. Trying to find the right balance of performance, and at the moment it actually is too quick for the areas I'm running. So this might just, and that's a big jump on pinion, this might just bring it down to that level where, what I tend to find is you build an issue up bigger than it really is. So I know this motor mount is a total nightmare to change. It's a pain, I know that, but it's not so much of a pain as you can't do it. But the reason I make the videos as well as anything else is it gets me moving, it gets me doing it. So instead of just thinking about it, I tend to crack on and get on with it if I'm filming. It helps me get things done. Is it matched? That's matched it lengthways, or coming out, should I say. Seems like I'm right at the limit of where the actual concentric mount's going to work. There's that much gap there, huge amount of gap, and for me to pull it in, I've got to come all the way around to there, and I think I'm on the verge of not being able to get it. It must be right at the end of its concentric bit that will let me do it. It's frustrating, but I just need to be able to crack on with it, and this motor mount is ridiculous. It really is. I'm going to cut it all out for how long that took, but that took probably 15 attempts to do it up without it working, so I know when to give up. Right. Okay, this wasn't complicated getting this out.
This is like going back to day one and saying, right, I've just had a new pinion through and not gearing it. It's on with.
This cover doesn't come off without poking it through from the top. This means taking the steering off. I don't actually need to do that, so I'm going to see if I can find a way around that. Don't know if I will. I don't see the need to take the cover off the top if all we're doing is changing the spare. No, perhaps laptop's not going to get away with that. Right, now the command plate ends up that way around, and from memory you just push this. Yeah. We need to see if there's a way of just pulling that down. You would have to take the Ackerman plate off. Right. Okay. Let's just hope I don't have this same nightmare with the standard spur. Let's just hope I don't have this same nightmare with the standard spur. We got it if that happens. I think there should be some grease on that. Yeah, I think I'm going to put some grease on that part because it just looks dry and it's running against, I think it's running against metal gears. It is. The grease said it was sealed, so I want that in there for now. Right. And the spur, didn't I? What did I do with the spur? Bigger one. It is a big jump spur wise, big jump. Can't help but think that they provide that spur for high speed runs. If you're doing high speed runs, you're not racing it the same way. I guess 5 minutes I'm getting would be a lot longer if you were just running it up and down. Right, let's do this up. Big bearing, small bearing. Just show you that. I know you can't see it. The other end's got grease on it. I'm not quite sure why this one's not, but it won't do any harm to put a little bit in there. Right. It's sealed, so you shouldn't be getting too much crude in there. There we go. Right, time to get it in. Okay, I haven't got it all the way out yet, but it doesn't matter, not for what I'm doing. Right, so that's a good spur, that one, there's nothing wrong with it. So the way I set things up was alright, the mesh and everything, so I'm just going to do the same again. Oh, that's a bit wobbly. Right. Okay, right, so just put the steering back in. I did them up quite tight. That's why I don't want to mess about with these if I didn't have to. Shouldn't make any difference. If that steering plays up, I'm going to just loosen them off a tiny bit. Okay, right, so I'm kind of back to where I was when I started. I've fast forwarded and chopped out a lot of that video. Essentially, I couldn't get the motor to fit with that pinion on. Just wouldn't go on, it was too small with that spur gear. So hopefully we'll have better luck this time. And now, unbelievably enough, I'm going to end up running exactly the same setup, which is not exactly what I want to do. I do want to do the bigger pinion now. So I'm going to take this pinion off again. I didn't think of that. Sorry guys, battery ran out of my camera. Missed off pretty much me just finishing off and putting the standard motor back in. So just to catch you up, standard motor's back in with the 32 teeth pinion instead of 28, so that shouldn't be too much strain on it. Everything's all back together and I'm about to take it for a test. So yeah, that's where we're at. Wasn't a job I enjoyed very much, but yeah, it's done now. So we'll see where we go from there. Next video, test. Cheers.